Hey, everybody? What's everybody up? Hey guys, what's going on? You're here with Indie Advocates News, and yes, I'm your dude, Chuck Pineau, here to show you some awesomeness. So let's just jump right into it, because that's pretty much what we always do. So, uh, what's this? Okay, in December, our ATD gives you the gift of characters Danny Phoenix Thomas, a throwback thread. All right. Okay. Ariel S. Viola is open for commissions for character design. That's a throwback thread. However, I do know Ariel just as far as like going back and forth and seen their work an awful lot. Definitely creators out there. If you're interested, like let's just look at this real quick at their work, and let's hope my computer doesn't continue to fuck up. All right. So yeah, I mean look at that art. Like when you get concepts like that, holy crap. So definitely, like I said, this is a throwback, but I know that they're still doing work, or at least they were last time I was checking it out. I'm gonna jump past a lot of these throwbacks. There's a lot of throwbacks. Do you want to hear a little bit about Ogre before you run out to pre-order? So that was July 24th. So obviously it's already gone into previews and stuff. But check that out to learn more about Ogre. That's a 3-part series coming up from Source Point Press and Bob Sally and Sean Daly. So cool shit. Check it out. They got an Indie Advocates workshop at Daytona Comic Con November 4th. If I was going to be in Daytona, how do you say it, Wendy?
Daytona.
Daytona. Ooh, I'm learning big words, people. If you go to Daytona, that's something to check out. You got Wayne's Comics Podcast, episode 340. I don't watch or listen to a lot of podcasts, but this one is up here often enough. I really want to check it out. So, yeah, definitely look into that. Gabriel Troya's Odds and Evens, the next generation of superheroes, comes from the imagination of a 12-year-old. I have heard of that. And I'm actually really impressed. I'm pretty sure Gabriel didn't do the art, but it's Gabriel's book and story. And so, man, so many of us that are out there right now, guys, we're, in our 30s, our 20s, our 40s, even above. And this kid is 12 getting excited for what we're doing. So he is definitely the next generation. Someone not only to keep an eye out for, but also someone to support and get behind, because he is the future of what we do. So that's really cool. Colorful Tales of Dreadful Dolls, adult coloring book. And actually, I just talked to this woman today, and this is a really cool looking book. So yeah, man, you're gonna want to check this one out. It looks creepy as heck, and obviously, if it's a coloring book, you guys can make it even creepier than she already has. This Thing of Ours, a Dirk Manning press release, August 30th to September 3rd at Dragon Con. Then we've got This Week in Indie Comics, when Mr. Anderson turned 40. So I think officially, now that Rob's 40, he's over the hill. I guess, what? Is he done? Is he retiring? What's going on, Rob? You need inquiring minds want to know. We'll move on. I'm sort of eating my dinner while I do this. Bob Sally talks more about Ogre. And, this is in 3 minutes or less. You know what? We got some time for this. Let's check this out. As it moves over. So this is the Ogre code. Check it out. And then this is a little... Okay, so it's longer than that. But... Okay, I have no volume at all. Apparently I don't. Oh.
House is where I get to work.
Here you go.
Facebook up right now. We got some things going on. So I figured I'd come in here and I'd talk to you guys. Greg Harms, thanks for joining us. If you've been following me, you know that I'm pushing Ogre. This is issue 1. I believe issue 1... the last day that you could have pre-ordered this at your local comic shop was Saturday. So now you can pre-order issue 2. SEP181976. So it's New Comic Book Day. You can go to your local comic shop and you can order issue 2. And I believe you can still order issue 1 as well, which is AUG 812199. And I'll put that in the comments. So please share this. If you share this, more people will see it, and hopefully more people will see Ogre. And Ogre 1 is in this edition of August previews. So yeah, if you could share this with as many people as you know that are out there ordering comic books and going into shops.
So you heard it straight from Bob's mouth, man. Share it. Talk about it all you can. And I mean, I've said this before. I'm sure Rob said it too. Getting into previews is just one hurdle. And people think, oh, cool. He's going through Diamond. Good for him. No. Like, it's not that easy. Yes, you're in Diamond. That's fantastic. That's really cool. But unless you actually do something with that, it's a waste. And I'm not saying that anything Bob's doing right now is a waste. I'm saying that if we don't take advantage of the fact that Ogre and Bob Sally and all these other great books are in there, and if we don't try to get them into our local comic shops, it's a waste having them in the previews. So we need to make it not a waste by supporting these any way we can. And in this case, the way we can is through our local comic shops. And of course, it also means that you're supporting a local comic shop, which is a big deal. You're showing them more indie comics, which they otherwise wouldn't know about. So, I mean, all of that is a huge deal. So please consider that when you guys do that sort of thing. We have some cosplay going on. Man, he always puts the best cosplay up. Holy crap. In December, our ATD gives you the gift of characters. Ryan Cummings presents Rumble Kings. Oh, so this was a throwback thread from last year, I guess? Really? No way. I'm looking at this just to see, because that's crazy. So when did this go up? And it's not really giving me any other information. But Rumble Kings was on Kickstarter this past July, and I'm excited to get my book, and I know a lot of other people are. I've got one on its way. Orlok versus Dracula. Charles Butler. I like Charles Butler's work. It's very like 1930s Universal Monsters sort of look. So there's some real drama to it. Heritage Comics HSQ Universe, bringing legendary characters and stories to you. So they got a Kickstarter going on soon. What else? From the header we give you, enter the world of the Cadavers, a gang of supernatural outcasts and misfits. That's a throwback thread, but they are on, I believe the Cadavers are on Kickstarter right now as well. Here's some more throwbacks. This is for Armor Eye, which has been out for a while now. Join the Advocating Face group. The War and Hope Volume 2. The next chapter of The War and Hope comes to you in Volume 2. So is that going to be a Kickstarter as well? I don't know. Let us look. Let us get rid of that. I'm sure I'm going to have someone contact me and just be like, this is how you fix your computer. And I'm like, I hate my computer. Don't explain things to me, please. Here, let's check out this video and learn more about this, because I know nothing about it.
Welcome to the second volume of The War and Hope. In this apocalyptic supernatural adventure, we follow Clara Getty and her group of allies as they try to survive. The second volume dives deeper into the characters introduced in the first book and allows us to take a peek into what the Veil is actually doing. We even get to see how the war on the surface is starting to shape up. In this Kickstarter, you'll be able to collect original artworks depicting our main characters from the story, and even become a part of the story. Yeah, that's right. You have the chance to actually be one of the members of the Veil, or even become a character that pops up in Volume 3. There's even an option to join the Resistance and become a member of Corinthian's army, along with that little skull bandana that the people wear that fight on the surface. It's pretty dope. So, with all that in front of you, and some images of the original art, I hope to hear back from you. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope you enjoy your time in Hope.
All right, that actually looks really good. And I mean, who doesn't want to be in a comic? Like, I mean, I write my own, but I've never tried to put myself in there. And so you just don't think about it. Like, you're so focused on the story and making it happen and all that kind of stuff. And I would not be against jumping into that at all. Terra Olympus, a science fiction graphic novel. Earth is a distant memory, and the remnants of humanity now lives aboard the space station, Terra Olympus. What dark secret does it hold? This is a good one. A lot of people are jumping on this. This is great. My buddy SK, Stephen Koch, is working on this. I believe he's one of the writers. And man, I've heard only good things. Very excited for this one to see where it goes and what comes of it and everything. And like, I mean, look at that art, guys. It's got a real Lionel Francis Yu look to it. I love his work. So just that kind of shading and the look of it. Let's, you know what? Let's give them some love too. Let's check this out.
Earth is a distant memory, and humanity now lives aboard the space station Terra Olympus. I'm Senior Engineer Mia. Welcome to the space station Terra Olympus. Ever have those days where you felt like a punching bag? Days that seemed like nothing worked and everything went wrong. Well, for me, today was much, much worse.
Terra Olympus, yeah! Very cool stuff. And then we got this. I jumped on this one. I'm very excited about this. I love trade paperbacks. Because, I mean, for this, you're getting 100+ pages. It's the first 4 issues of Like Father, Like Daughter. And just looking at that picture, they've already told you the story. The father is a superhero. The daughter is becoming a superhero. She's in probably like a boarding school or high school. And so she's having to straddle those two worlds. Bam. Like, I don't know that. I got that from the picture. So I love that it tells that story. It seems really cool. That's probably that's probably going to be the front and back covers, I'm going to guess. But I'm not sure. I'm not certain, but yeah, man, definitely some really cool stuff there. This is, like I said, this is one that I jumped on. Very excited to see how that comes out, and that's from Short Fuse Media. And those guys, they've got a lot of cover stuff out right now. They actually have a stretch goal for this one, which I'm really sure that they're very close to meeting. They're going to, because they have lots of time left. Which gets you another one of their books. Short Fuse Media, I can't say. I can't say enough nice stuff about them. They do so much great work, and they have so many titles to their name right now. So if you like superheroes, because that is their main function, that is what they aim at the most, then you're gonna love, I think, both this series and all the other stuff that they're bringing out. Moving on, speaking of some heroes, we got Bruno Sammartino, the true life story of a wrestling legend based on actual interviews with Bruno prior to his untimely death. The first of 5 comics recounting his remarkable life and career, and you get to check out a free preview on Kickstarter. And I believe this is by John Crowley. Let me check this real quick and make 100% certain. Hopefully they tell us. Looking. John Crowther, sorry, very close. With work by Rich Perota and Vito Potenza. And I think I did pretty good with those names. So if you're into wrestling, I mean, it's not my thing. I enjoyed it when I was younger, but I'm not in that world so much. But I know so many of you guys are. And it's always hilarious to see, like, when you're not in that world, you assume, like, oh, it's dead, no one's really watching. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, man, NXT's on this weekend, so excited, that was great, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, shit, okay, that's still a thing. Okay, cool. So, I mean, John Crowther, I know he does a lot of this kind of stuff. I know he's done a lot of other books about the subject of major wrestlers and stuff. So, that's really cool. He knows what he's doing. And this is a 5-issue series. And so, yeah, man, if you're into the wrestling, or even if you just want to check out something different, it's a biography. So, it's definitely something cool to check out. Speaking of cool things to check out, Dr. Orange, Halloween-themed psychological horror one-shot. If Edgar Allan Poe wrote a screenplay about the Great Pumpkin and John Carpenter directed it, oh, man, honestly, I was straight up. I did a review on this. Review, one or the other. I checked this out and I talked all about it. And honestly, so, they didn't give a lot away when they were talking about it, and it's hard to because this story is such a mind fuck, and so when you see it, you're just like, okay, it's about a jack-o'-lantern, and maybe he scares people, like, whatever. No, man, it's so much more. It's so intensely in your brain, mentally fatiguing. This story is really cool. I did jump on this one. This is my boy, Joseph Dewis, who I love his work, and I think he's great, and I've said it 1,000 times. He is going to turn me into a horror fan. I don't want to be, but it's Joseph's fault. He's a dick. He needs to stop putting out quality work so that I can get back to enjoying my elves and dwarves and all that kind of lame-ass shit. But in the meantime, seriously, man, one of the I love to tell people, ask people about Welcome to the Void, because there's one page there that I know screws everyone over. It messes with their head, and so I'll be like, what'd you think of page 14? And I don't know exactly what page it is. I think it's like page 13 or something like that in this book, but there's one page, and when you get there, you will know it. But it fucks with your head so much, and it's so well done. So, definitely, if you love to just have somebody screw with your mind, check this one out for sure. Moving on, Dragon Dreams is a standalone and expandable card game. Choose one of 4 decks or combine them all. Choose your dragon god and dominate. Okay, cool. I guess this is out of Australia. I know nothing at all about this. Dude, that's they're already in stretch goals. It was funded in 15 hours, and the stretch goals are already unlocked. Wow. Okay, so that's... Oh, and Anthony Christou. Okay, so that's why this is here. I'm like, well, why do we have this card game here? It's because Anthony Christou is an indie comic guy out of Australia. He does... Thanks, kiddo. I love you. He does a lot of really cool stuff, and he does a lot of, like, dragon fantasy style hardcover books and whatnot. And so now he's making the card game with all of these other fantastic people. So, wow, it's super cool. I really love that. Okay. All right, that's something different, man. I like that. Kickstarter talk. Let's go to the public domain to escape Dragos, then visit Necropolis to hide dead bodies on the other side. Woo! Valor Comics is a new company on the rise. That's a throwback thread. Some more throwbacks. The Comic-Con Highway Weekend forecast for Mr. Anderson's 40th anniversary of life. He kind of comes off as like death sometimes. So celebrating his life is kind of funny to me, but I'm good with that if you are. We got some more throwback art. There's some throwback to Kasai Volume 1, which I jumped in on. I'm excited to check that one out. Mandy the Monster Hunter. Legend of the Spindly Man, number 3. The Spindly Man continues to abduct victims, and time is running out. Can Mandy uncover his dark origins before it's too late? That looks pretty badass, actually. Very cool. Good work, guys. The Hexing, the Rainbow State, is about to get dark. Help fund issue 1 of this 4-part Hawaiian nightmare. I mean, right now, Hawaii can use all of the help that we can give them. And so, definitely, check out their comics. See what kind of flavor it brings to that. I'd be very excited to see and very interested to see if there's... Because, I mean, like, I had a guy work on Welcome to the Void, and he has this, he calls it an Afro anime. style, and it's way different from anything I've ever seen before. And so we're going to use it as a special cover for issue 2. So I'm excited to see kind of what they do. Is the art different? Is there a storytelling style, or is there some little subtleties and eccentricities that we get to see in Hawaii? I've always wanted to visit, so this will be about the closest for me besides sitting back and watching some old Lost episodes. Well, we just jumped way the hell down. Lunar is about to land. Okay, that's a throwback as well. All right, let's move on to page 2 and see what we can find out. See if there's anything big happening there. So far, we've been able to check out a bunch of cool stuff. Come on, internet, yeah. All right. The other side of No. 1, Cornelius questions his origin, taking him and his crew into a journey of the unknown in this sci-fi space adventure. We've talked about this one a couple times. I feel like the more we see some of these things, the more hopefully you guys are going to get excited about it and check it out. Also, Kickstarter for the independent creator. This is by Madeline Holly Rosing. She does great numbers on Kickstarter. Very intelligent woman, and her books are really solid. If you've seen Boston Metaphysical Society, we talked about Kasai earlier. She was the writer on Kasai. So, definitely check this one out, because especially if you're a creator, this will help you an awful lot to utilize a very important platform for us. Whispers in Necropolis number 3 from the creator of Lily. The Demonist comes the 3rd installment of the horror anthology Whispers in Necropolis. And then Nook. That's right, Nook jumped on to Kickstarter yesterday, and it funded in 13 freaking hours. I know. I want to say I'm jealous, but people were mad at me for funding in 40 hours. So, it's all relative, really. But no, that's fantastic for Caleb Thusat and Village Comics. So fantastic. Way to go, guys. Congratulations. This is a World War II era horror book. So it looks really cool. Definitely check that out. Mickey Clausen's This is Sectars. Something that he'll be inking and lettering. So something cool that you can check out. I swear I remember the Sectars. Is that like a 80s cartoon about bugmen or something? Let's go look. Yeah, I remember seeing these guys. That's so good for him. That's really cool that he'll be working on one of their comics. Oh, good for you, Mickey. That's freaking awesome. Good to see more of our kin doing well in the field and getting out there. Some more Nook. Ultralife is in the header here. Oh, okay, Ultralife. I mean, Ultralife is now... See, they're doing the Kickstarter here for issue 2. And actually, Ultralife is done and in a hardcover. So that's really cool. Our friend Caleb had a review done by our friends Comics Unknown. Yep, that's for issue 1 of Ultralife. So it's now come around full circle. Yes, I was just on a video with this guy earlier. I love Travis Gibb. Such a cool dude. Broke down and 4 dead bodies. A simple drop-off turns into a bloody ambush, leaving 2 gangsters to dispose of 4 dead bodies. Tempers flare, chaos ensues. Guys, I can't say enough good stuff about this. I love what Travis is doing. Travis is just a cool dude. He jumped on Welcome to the Void really early, and it's not one of those things where I'm like, oh, he supported me, so I support him. No, like, this guy supports me constantly. He supports people constantly. He is out there. He has my number on his phone. Like, he'll give me a call and be like, Chuck, I want to do this. What do you think? Or Chuck, he actually called me today after our video, and he said, Chuck, I got something special for you. And I can't really go into it. It's something special that we want to do for the Belial Kickstarter down the road. But yeah, just a really awesome dude. And holy crap, I was saying on the video, for $10 you get 2 issues of the comic plus digital work, but then like you get so much other stuff too. It's just really cool. They're already on their second stretch goal, moving in, and they'll be moving into their third after that. And yeah, so just so much going on. Okay. So yeah, please go check that out. I think last I checked, they were $39 away from their next stretch goal, which means that if you guys go on there and add to that, I get free stuff. Right? Like, that's pretty awesome. Do you want Chuck to have extra stuff and get stuff for yourself? All right, then you're sold. This is Mr. Anderson's review of Ogre #1. He says in less than 3 minutes. I love Rob Anderson, and I'm saying this with all due respect. I don't think he can do anything in less than 3 minutes.
Hey, that's actually a compliment.
I know, it definitely is a compliment, right? See, even my wife is like, he might like that. And if he's watching, you're welcome, Rob, you fetish bastard. All right. This is New York City Comic Con. This is some real, like, that looks like medieval Spawn cosplay. That's kick-ass. Pardon? That is Fathom. Yeah, Mickey Clausen, I believe he actually did some inking or lettering for this. So, yeah. Really cool. I also was telling everyone earlier about he's doing Sectors, which was a really, I wouldn't say obscure, but it was like a 1980s cartoon show about like these half insect, half alien kind of dudes who were really cool. So, yeah, Mickey, good for you, man. We're gonna keep looking around. Playful Cat. Oh yeah, there's a Black Cat cosplay. I love me some good Black Cat cosplays. This is Realm of Spirits. We were talking about Christu Angelo, or I can't remember his name now. I suck. But we were talking about him earlier, and this is his next a project from earlier along. There's an old 7 Deadly Questions. There's some Lust. Who doesn't love Lust? 7 reasons to back this Kickstarter. This is talking about indie advocates and what we do. And what we do can't be understated. We get comics out there for people to see, enjoy, and just to be in the limelight. I think it's important. I know that my own personal books have definitely benefited from this, and a lot of other people's. So the work that we do, and the work that Rob Anderson especially, being the man behind with the plan behind the curtain, it can't be understated. So become an advocate for creators to be an indie advocates reporter. We're always looking for more reporters. You see this beautiful mug here? No, you don't. But I'm still here, and I'm doing indie news. And this takes us back to indie news from August 24. Okay, so last week's indie news. So we've now gone the full week all the way back to where you can see what I did last week and what I rambled on about. So yeah, guys, that's our week in the news. That was pretty fun. I had a fantastic time. So, as always, peace.